Okay, guys. I noticed something, and this is something that you guys might be having some issues with. If you're still in rags after the gargoyle fight, you're going to be having quite a bit of issues with the next few fights, and possibly there's some guys in the next area that cause bleeding. Heavy armor is more resistant to bleeding. So we're going to be working on getting you guys some equipment so that you can better face off against the next few areas. So first things first, after the gargoyle fight, you'll have a new guy joining your little area, or should be. Wait, maybe I have to go rescue him. Alright, if Lautrec, who is a knight, shows up in the bonfire, the Firelink Shrine, right after you kill the gargoyles, you won't have to do this little step. You can just kill him right there. But I believe you need to free him from his little room, like most of the people that join your bonfire. So, you go up here, kill this Balder. Then you'll kill these dudes. This will take a little while, probably. Unless you get some lucky fireballs. At this point, you're probably not in any real danger from them, because the guy that buffs them is dead. And the, you probably have a decent enough armors to fend off these guys, but I use the fireballs anyway because it just makes for a faster clear. And you'll go up here. Another Balder. Well, we get him with a fireball. And finish him. Oh, not quite finish him. Oh, and he's going in for the kill. He's not going to get it, but he's going in for the kill. And dead. So if Lautrec doesn't join your bonfire, he should be right up here. To your left, and then your right. And you break this door down. And he should be back here. His cell's marked with liar, and that's because he kills the keeper of the bonfire later. Spoiler alert. This isn't really a guide for the story, obviously. But yes, I generally kill him because he has a very nice ring. So if you kill him, you get the ring, and the bonfire keeper doesn't die. And if the keeper of the bonfire dies, then the bonfire actually goes out. So you can't use the bonfire at that shrine anymore. So it's a bit of a... It sucks, really. It sucks, especially for a new player. If you're a new player, I highly recommend killing him. There's bonus items you can get for waiting to kill him until later in the game when he actually does betray you. But if you're a new player, I would highly recommend that you try to keep that bonfire lit. It's just a huge help. So let's see if he appeared. Hopefully he did. Hopefully he didn't just die. Let's see. Actually, you know what we might need to do? We might need to save and quit. So, let's see if that gets him to spawn. And here he is. Saving and reloading did the trick. So, we are going to kill him, because he's a dick. And unlike the shopkeeper, this one actually deserves it.
Well, what have we here?
Oh, get up and fight me.
Are you sure about this?
He just does not want to fight. That got him to fight.
This is our fate.
Alright, so this might prove a little bit of a more difficult fight if you're new to the game. He has these copies, I believe they're called. They get around blocking. Not for full damage, but for more damage than most other weapons would. We're just trying to duke it out here. And here's a good time to teach you about something that's very important. He's trying to do it to me, and I'm trying to do it to him. It's called parrying. What happens is when someone gets close to make an attack, right when the attack would hit your shield, you press the left trigger and perform that little shield bash. The copies are somewhat difficult to do it on because they're very quick, but if I can land one here... Come on, attack me. There you go. It does quite a huge amount of damage. You saw my shield, my sword was only doing like 27, so that's 7 times the damage it was doing. And it's a crucial technique for killing the final boss of the game. And once we get him down, it'll be a while, but you should have plenty of Estus flasks if you rest at that bonfire. And if you can nail some parries, and this is the best time to practice them. He should go down pretty easily. The Uchi Katana has a high critical hit threshold, so it does a lot more damage than most other weapons would when you score a critical hit like that. And once you kill him,
How could I?
you get 5 humanity and the Ring of Favor and Protection. The Ring of Favor and Protection will boost your HP, stamina, and load by 20%. That's a pretty large bonus. And you shouldn't really have any rings yet, and if you do, they're probably not the best, so definitely something worth equipping. Next off, we're going to get Havel's Ring, so if you'll follow me. First we're going to have to kill some dudes. I don't have quite enough souls to consider going on yet. Actually, so to get to Havel, here's what you have to do. You're going to be starting off at this bonfire in this area. If you are not here, get here, and then you can continue. I already cleared the area. I didn't rest at the bonfire. In retrospect, I probably should, because he might kill me. So, be sure to rest at the bonfire. I'm going to do it real quick. And that respawns bad dudes. Havel is a very challenging mini-boss that you can go against at any time towards the beginning of the playthrough if you started with the Master Key. If not, you have to wait until you start to clear Darkroot Garden, which is an area we'll be venturing into shortly, to get you a set of armor that's more capable of taking on the next area than your starting rags. If you found better stuff, that's great, but not everybody will have. And if you found a set of equipment that you love, you're more than welcome to skip the video and move on to the actual guide. But I just wanted to make sure that everybody that didn't get so lucky on the drops, and this character didn't get that lucky on drops, it's wearing just some hollow armor and whatnot, could make it to the next area with no problem. Clear this. I'm sure it's rather boring, but here you go. This is the door that you'll be going through. It's already unlocked. I unlocked it earlier in the guide, but if you haven't unlocked it yet, just unlock it with your Master Key. And you'll go down these stairs. Now this guy's really scary and intimidating looking, and there's a strategy to beating him that involves stabbing him in the back again and again and again, and that's what we'll be doing. You can also parry his attacks like you did with Lautrec, but as you can see, his weapon's a lot larger, and missing a parry hurts a lot more. And despite the weight of his weapon, he doesn't seem to have trouble swinging it around really fast, as you can see. So we're going to be going for a quick kill on Hobble. 52 damage. And I'm going to just skip to the next part. You guys can rinse and repeat. Little hint: if the gap of the swing isn't big enough, feel free to just step back like that and wait for a more opportune moment to try and go in for the backstab. There's no point in losing your progress because you've messed up and he's killed you. Also, if you're finding this fight too difficult, you can skip ahead to the next guide and see how to rescue Griggs of Vinheim, a wizard. He gives you an enchant weapon spell that makes your weapon deal magic damage and will bypass most of Hovel's resistances. And Hovel falls. Like I said, if you're having issues, you can get the magic weapon. I'd recommend you not try Pyromancy. He's fairly resistant to fire damage. Once we get Hovel's ring, you'll find out why he was able to be swinging that hammer around so quickly. It boosts your maximum equipment load by 50%. So we'll actually be able to carry better equipment now. And if you're still in rags like me, you'll be doing a fast roll. So that's pretty cool. If a fast roll is what you want to go on to the next fight, if you want to go ahead in light armor, then you might want to skip the next section. If you want to go ahead in a heavy or medium armor, you'll want to watch the next part as well. So here's where you want to be to get the next item off our checklist, which is a set of armor and a new shield. I probably will be using it over the gargoyle shield because I actually like it quite a bit more than the gargoyle shield. If you freed Griggs of Vinheim already, then you have a catalyst and a great soul arrow, which you're going to need for this fight up ahead. If you thought that ranged attack was painful, you certainly don't want to get up close to him. And here he is. Oh my. He's very easy to kite around here, but yes, if he gets in range with you like that, he's going to be very painful for you to deal with. He's slightly resistant to fire damage, so getting this magic damage is better, and it has much longer reach. And as you can see, we were able to dispatch him from a range, so we didn't have to worry about most of his melee attacks. If you don't have the ability to fight him quite yet, you can just run past until you rescue Griggs. I'll show you roughly where Griggs' location is in this guide, but if you need the full detour on how to get to him, that will be in the next section of the guide. He's not necessary to free to get to this point, but I just thought it might be helpful for you guys. So we are now going to move on to the Darkroot Garden. And the Darkroot Garden is where you will find both a set of armor, the Elite Knight set of armor, and a shiny new shield. So we'll focus on getting the armor first because it's just a quick run. And it will most likely be a suicide run for you unless you're very quick on your feet. Purple moss. Somebody else rang the bell again. Had to retrieve myself. I fell off the cliff up here like an idiot. I may have played Dark Souls quite a few times, but it does not save me from being an idiot. It just gives me the muscle memory to beat the game. So up here, there's a secret bonfire that we're going to rest at. It'll keep you from dying before you get the armor and having to run all the way back here. And if you don't know, the Crest of Artorias that I suggest you beat the Asylum Demon again, and there's another Asylum Demon, by the way, again to get the 20,000 souls to pay for it. It goes right here, locked by some contraption, and it back there's even better sets of armor, arguably, and there are there's a way to get to a boss fight and a great location to farm souls. But we're not really talking about that right now. We're talking about this bonfire. And a pretty cool trick, huh? I had to learn it watching someone else. It's not something that you just pick up. So now for the Elite Knight set. To get it, there's an item here, but you'll be ambushed by those tree people, so not gonna do that. Here's White Light, but it's not a boss fight, so feel safe to go on ahead. And up here, this white little dot you see is all of the pieces of armor, and picking it up triggers all these guys to come up after you. So we're going to try and outrun them. And looks like I got away. If you don't get away, it's not a big deal. As long as you get far enough away, you can retrieve all your souls and humanity. And here we go. Let's equip our shiny new armor. Very, very cool, guys. So this is where you will be going from to get the next piece as well. So I'll wait for a second and spend my souls, get another point in vitality, another point in endurance. And as you can see, we're in the medium roll range again. It's kind of funny to see it, like an Eastern looking knight, or a Western looking knight with an Eastern style sword, rather. So we'll kill those guys. I think they're mandrakes is the word for them. I don't think they never really looked like the mandrakes that I know of, but I think that's what the game refers to them as. Not that mandrakes are a real thing. I'm just kind of used to the... What was the game that I played? Lost Kingdoms, I think, had mandrakes in it. That's another Japanese RPG type game that was really good. There are quite a few of them. I guess I'm not a fan of Final Fantasy for some reason. I don't know why. And these guys are cool if you can kill them. If not... There. I think we'll get this one. They drop Twinkling Titanite, and this one dropped 2 Titanite chunks. You can use them to... They drop a ton of materials that are used for upgrading weapons. And we're going down further and further. Basically down to the bottom of this canyon. And there is a bonfire up ahead for this if you're wondering if those signs are telling the truth or not, but we're not going to stop at it. There's no real reason to. Black Knight. This one's using a halberd. I skipped him, dropped down here, and picked up the Grass Crush Shield. That way if he kills me, I'm out really nothing, and I have a new shield. And I'm probably gonna die here. I'm not really that interested in fighting him right now. That sounds bad to admit, but not interested in the Black Knight shit. Actually, I appear to have just killed him. I'm pretty sure he's not coming back from that. Yep, I got him. If you can do that, that's an easy way to kill him, but you now have all the gear you should need to proceed to the next fight. If you're still having trouble, try buying the magic weapon thing from Griggs before you move on. And I'm definitely going to put that Griggs thing in the next video because this one's probably getting long as it is. So I will see you guys in the next video. Hey guys, I lost a little bit of footage on my original character where I was going to try and show you where to find the Elite Knight set and the Grass Crest Shield. I just hopped on one of my other characters that I'm working on separately from the guide, and I'm going to show you where to find it on him. So, if you follow me, you'll go down here. Don't go into this little side area because you'll be attacked by a ton of mandrakes. And then you'll traverse the white light. There's no boss fight on this side though. Just a bunch of dudes. And you'll run across here. Just make a dash for this, which is the Elite Knight set. Now, you might die here, you might get away. It doesn't really matter which happens to you, because if you activated the bonfire at the top of this hill, you'll just spawn back up at the top of the hill, potentially losing a little bit of souls, but overall not that big of a deal. So this set will give you a little bit more protection from bleeds and other negative, well, bleeds and damage mostly. And it should be more than enough to protect you through the next part of the game. But if you're still using this battered old buckler and you're looking for a better shield, there's a better shield in this area as well. So we're gonna go find that. So to find the shield, first want to kill these guys. As you can see, this guy's using a Swyhander, not an Uchi Katana. I just thought I'd change it up for my own other dude. Swyhander's alright. If you're looking for something that you can modify with either fire or electrical damage, it's probably the best weapon for that. Prepare to Die Edition, though, nerfed the crap out of fire and lightning weapons. So they're a little bit worse off than they were in the original Dark Souls without the expansion pack. But they're still good enough that I would consider using if you're looking for a weapon that doesn't scale with anything. And why I don't like them is they're kind of slow. Why I don't like the Swyhanders for all my characters is it's kind of slow. As you can see, I was not able to get the little Titanite lizard. I think it's a lizard. I've always thought it looked more like a worm. But if you're using the Uchi Katana like I advised, you shouldn't have any real issue killing the worm. It should go down pretty quickly. They have high defense though, so you'll need quite a few attacks. Now down here, there's going to be a Black Knight. So what I want you to do is just make a run for the shield. That way if you die to the Black Knight, it's not really a huge issue. What's useful about these Swyhanders and these other really big weapons is that the amount of poise damage they'll cause to guys is just staggering. It's a huge amount. And there we go. So if you're able to do that, you can use this bonfire here to find a little shortcut, which I will show to you guys. Or you can just warp back to the other bonfire with a homeward bone. What I'm going to do is show you the shortcut. It should unlock. If it does unlock, then I'm just going to cut this part out. But if it does unlock, because I have the master key, then you'll get to find a little shortcut that will lead you back to Firelink Shrine from down here. And you pull the lever, you have to wait on the elevator to come up, and then you have to wait on the elevator to go down. This little area, that drawbridge castle type thing, connects you to New Londo, I believe it's called, which is the city that was built after Anor Londo and then flooded. And that connects you to this area. There's also a way to get back to Firelink Shrine from here. So you're probably too weak to take on those drakes yet. You can farm them for dragon scales late in the game, like right before you would complete the game. But they're kind of tough, and you can kill 1 or 2 pretty easily, but there's several areas where you have to fight 2 to 3 at the same time, and it's just not going to go well for you. This is a sleeping dragon, or sleeping zombie dragon. He looks like he's harmless. He's not. Essentially, don't fuck with them. Don't steal the items or do any of that stuff. You can try to make a quick grab for them, but they're not that great. And if you die, you risk being sent all the way back to that bonfire. Now you're gonna run past all those drakes again. And him, because he'll be awake. So it's a run past him. And use the master key. And we'll equip our grass crest shield that we got. This shield adds on stamina boosting effect, where it'll increase your stamina regeneration, which allows you to increase stamina as though you're wearing lighter armor. And then, once this elevator comes down, I believe, I think it's going down. It's going down. You'll get on it. Ride it all the way up to the top, and you should have more than ample equipment to be able to take on the Capra Demon and the Depths. So thanks for watching, guys, and for my next video we will be going to fight the Capra Demon. So enjoy!